Earlier this spring on Oklahoma Gardening, we featured our Oklahoma Proven selections for 2004. We showed you our Oklahoma Proven theme garden we've got here at our studio this year. Now, just to refresh you, the Oklahoma Proven program is a program that we created here at OSU in the Department of Horticulture, along with some of the industry professionals in our state, where we get together and we select for each year a tree, a shrub, a perennial, and an annual that we recommend planting in our state. Now, back in the spring when I showed you our 2004 annual selection, the plants didn't look very good. We were looking at the firebush, and if you remember, I talked about how the firebush doesn't look very good in cool weather. In the spring of the year, it just hasn't really gotten going yet. But as you can see, now that it's late July, getting ready to be August, the plants are really starting to come on. We've got some flowers here, and you can see the amount of color that these plants produce. They have these little tubular-shaped flowers that are orange or reddish orange on the outside and sort of a pale orange, almost a salmon-y color on the inside. Now, as these are tubular-shaped flowers, they're great for attracting hummingbirds to your garden. But the flowers give you a lot of color, not just in the open flowers, but just in the buds, in the little peduncles or the flower stems. There's a lot of that red-orange color. And just look at the stems of the plant as well. Lots of orange color. The veins in the leaves have a little bit of that orange coloration to them. And even the new growth has a lot of that orange coloration. So the plants really do look like they're on fire. So this is the fire bush, our Oklahoma Proven annual for 2004. A plant that loves full sun and loves the heat. They don't really get going until the weather gets hot. Now, it's referred to as an annual in our program, but in reality, it's a tropical shrub. But tropical shrubs that flower profusely are great plants for bedding or for containers here in Oklahoma, because in the summertime it feels like we're in the tropics. Another good example of a tropical flowering shrub that we utilize quite well here in Oklahoma is last year's Oklahoma Proven plant, the yellow bells or Esperanza. This is one called Gold Star, and it flowers a lot more profusely than some of the other yellow bells or Tacomas. Great plant, even though it's not going to be winter hardy. It's one of those plants that is very summer hardy. It can tolerate the heat like nobody's business, because it just keeps producing these wonderful flowers. In the past, we've had the fan flower or scaevola as an Oklahoma Proven annual selection. You can see all the purple flowers that it is producing at this time. We've also selected one of our ornamental sweet potatoes in the past as an Oklahoma Proven selection. This is the Margarita sweet potato. Gives us that wonderful chartreuse color in the garden. And a few years back, we had these plants as our Oklahoma Proven annuals. These are Mexican bush zinnias, Zinnia angustifolia. You can see it's got the little narrow leaves and a little bushy habit. Now, these come in colors of yellow, white, orange, and there are some new hybrids that have reds and oranges in the flowers. Now, the Oklahoma Proven program has also, like we mentioned earlier, selected some perennials and shrubs and trees, and we've got all of those perennials in this garden and a few of the shrubs. The Magnus purple coneflower over there in the front is giving us lots of flowers at this time of the year. I just love those flowering heads of pale purple or pink, and then those cone flowers there in the center of that sort of orange color. Now, this year's perennial for 2004 Oklahoma Proven is the Pink Preference Autumn Sage or Autumn Salvia. Now, the plant is more like a shrub, but it behaves as a perennial here. These are native to southwestern Texas, New Mexico, down into Old Mexico as well. But the plants had good color in the spring. You can see here in the middle of the summer they've got quite a few flowers, but in the fall these will really come on. It's not called autumn sage for nothing. Now, Pink Preference is a selection of Salvia greggii that is more cold hardy than some of the other selections. A few years ago we had a winter that got pretty cold, and all of our Salvia greggii were killed except for Pink Preference. it survived and looked great the next year. We've also had the Pois Castle Artemisia, this silver foliage plant. It was an Oklahoma proven selection years ago, a perennial for Oklahoma, a nice silver color in the garden. A few of the shrubs we have in here are some of last year's Oklahoma proven shrub. This is pink velour, crepe myrtle, wonderful plant for the Oklahoma landscape. I love the color of the blooms, and the new foliage also has a lot of red color in that. Well, you can see why these plants were chosen as Oklahoma proven plants, because here in the hottest part of the year they are providing quite a display. Now right here we've got a plant that was selected as an Oklahoma proven plant a few years ago, and it had a great display back in the spring, but it's not leaving a lot to be desired right now. This is the Siskiyou Pink Gara, and we can get it to bloom again by coming out at this time and removing about a third of those flower heads. And it helps if you have some sharp head shears to cut these back, but we can cut back all of these old stems here, and that should allow some new growth to take place, and we'll have some more of those little butterfly-like pink flowers on our Siskiyou Pink Gara. Well, when you go to your favorite nursery, look for the Oklahoma Proven posters, the little Oklahoma Proven signs. You can also read all about our Oklahoma Proven selections on our website. Just go to oklahomagardening.okstate.edu, go to our home page, and you can click on Oklahoma Proven and read all about these plants. Now, you can also come here to our studio garden in Stillwater and take a look at our Oklahoma Proven theme garden.